Good day, everyone. I am Trixie, together with my groupmates Jessie and Lorraine. Today, we'll be presenting some interesting facts and information about Spain, a country known for its rich culture, delicious food, and colorful traditions. Spain is located in southern Europe on the Iberian Peninsula. Next, please. Here is the map locator. So the approximate coordinates are 40 degrees north latitude and the 4 degrees west longitude. These coordinates place Spain in the northern and western hemispheres. The country shares borders with Portugal to the west, France and Andorra to the northeast, and has coastlines along both the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Spain's central location in Europe gives it access to major trade, cultural, and transportation routes across the continent. Next. So, the capital of Spain is Madrid, which serves both the political and administrative center. It's home to the Royal Palace, government ministries, and various national institutions. And this is the flag of the Spain. It features red and yellow stripes with the national coat of arms. The color symbolizes strength, generosity, and pride. Next, please. And according to the national data, about 86.6% of residents in early 2024 held Spanish nationality, while 13.4% were foreign nationals, reflecting Spain's increasing cultural diversity. Foreign residents primarily come from Latin America, North Africa, and other parts of Europe. Urbanization in Spain is notably high, with most people residing in coastal cities such as Barcelona, Valencia, and Malaga. Additionally, Spain has a relatively large elderly population with a significant percentage of citizens aged 65 and above compared to the other European Union countries. And now, let's dive deeper into the Spain's religion, language, and government, which will be discussed by Lorraine. Lorraine?
Thank you so much, Ate Trixie. Now, let's move on to Spain's religion po. So, Catholicism remains the dominant religion in Spain and has historically influenced Spanish art, culture, and traditions po. However, recent surveys shows that while the majority still identify as Catholic, the level of active religious practice has declined in modern times. And there is also a growing number of non-religious individuals and followers of other faiths, reflecting Spain's increasing secularization and cultural diversity. Government and academic studies consistently document these changes in religious affiliation across generations. Next is the language. So, the official language of Spain is Spanish, also known as Castellan. It is the primary language used in government, education, and media. However, Spain's constitution also recognizes several regional languages as co-official within their respective communities, including Catalan, Galician, and Basque. So, this multilingual framework demonstrates Spain's strong commitment to preserving linguistic and cultural diversity. As a result, bilingual education and regional media are common in these areas. And as for the government, so Spain operates under a parliamentary monarchy which combines both democratic and traditional elements. So the monarch serves as the head of state representing national unity, while the prime minister acts as the head of government overseeing policy making and administration. And Spain is divided into seven autonomous communities, each with its own local government and legislative powers. Uh, this structure promotes decentralization, allowing regions to manage educational, healthcare, and infrastructure according to local needs. The national government's official activities and updates are published by La Moncloa, the official government information office. So now let's move on to Spain's gastronomy, tourist attraction, fun facts, and do's and don'ts, which will be discussed by Jessie. Jessie?
Thank you so much, Lorraine. Now let's begin with the Spanish gastronomy, which is an essential part of the country's identity and cultural heritage. Spanish cuisine emphasizes fresh ingredients and regional flavors and also communal dining. Some of the most iconic dishes include paella. Paella is a traditional rice dish from Valencia made with saffron, seafood, chicken, or rabbit, known for its rich aroma and golden color. Next, we have the tortilla espanola, a thick omelette made of eggs, potatoes, and onions, commonly served hot or cold as a staple in every Spanish household. Third, we have the tapas. It is a small, flavorful dishes meant for sharing, often enjoyed with friends in bars or restaurants. Common tapas includes patatas bravas, croquetas, and chorizo. Spanish gastronomy reflects both regional diversity and a strong sense of community through shared meals. And now for the we have the tourist attraction. We also have Spain is also known for its the most visited countries in the world, known for its impressive architecture, historical landmarks, and breathtaking national scenery. Each attraction reflects Spain's diverse history, blending influences from Roman, Islamic, Gothic, and modernist styles. We have here the Sagrada Familia from Barcelona, Park Güell located in Barcelona as well, Alhambra in Granada, Mezquita Cathedral in Cordoba, Plaza Mayor in Madrid, Royal Palace of Madrid, La Rambla in Barcelona, and Santiago de Compostela Cathedral in Galicia. Next, we have these two amazing fan facts from Spain. Spain is also known for its unique cultural traditions and customs. For instance, on New Year's Eve, Spaniards eat 12 grapes at midnight, one grape for each clock chime, to bring good luck for the coming year. Another interesting fact is that Spain's national anthem is called Marcha, is one of the few anthems in the world without official lyrics. It is a traditionally played instrumentally, and people either hum or stand in respect with while the tune is performed. So, with that being said, let's now dive deeper into the do's and don'ts in the country. And while visiting and interacting with people in Spain, understanding their customs and social behavior is very crucial because it shows respect for the culture and helps us avoid misunderstanding. For the do's, of course, we have to greet them properly in informal settings. It is common to greet people with a firm handshake. Among friends or family, the typical greetings is a kiss on both cheeks, starting from the left. This gesture shows friendliness and respect. Second, we have the use polite expressions. Spaniards value good manners. Always say por favor for please, gracias for thank you, and then we also have to say excuse me, for example. These simple words show courtesy and are used often in daily interactions. Third, we have to be punctual but flexible. For formal events or meetings, try to arrive on time. However, for social occasions, arriving a few minutes late is acceptable. This reflects Spain's relaxed approach to time. Next, we have to respect Spain's meal tradition. In Spain, um, lunch is the main meal of the day. It is usually around 2 or 3 p.m., while dinner is lighter and served late, usually after 9 p.m. And then fifth, we have to appreciate their language and culture. Even if you don't speak a fluent Spanish, try to say a few common words. Locals appreciate the effort. Showing interest in their tradition like La Tomatina or the running of the bus is seen as a positive gesture. And sixth, for the last dues, we have to dress appropriately. Spaniards generally dress neatly and fashionably. Wearing clean and proper clothes shows respect, especially when visiting churches, restaurants, or public places. And for the don't, yeah, for our first don'ts, we don't have to assume everyone speaks English. While many Spaniards understand basic English, not everyone is fluent. It's always polite to start a conversation with a Spanish greeting like hola or buenos dias. Second, don't discuss sensitive topics. Avoid controversial subjects such as politics, regional independence, or stereotypes, as this can be a sensitive issues for them. Third, don't start eating right away. It's respectful to wait until everyone is served and before you begin eating. Fourth, we don't tip too much in Spain because tipping in Spain is not mandatory. A small tip of 5 to 10% is enough to show appreciation for good service. Fifth, we have don't expect stores to stay open all day. Many shops close in the afternoon for siesta, usually between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. This is part of their cultural routine. Sixth, don't be too loud in public. Although Spaniards are expressive, being overly loud or shouting in public spaces is considered impolite. In conclusion, Spanish people are known to be warm, friendly, and respectful. By following these simple do's and don'ts, we can show appreciation for their culture and communicate in a more positive and respectful way. Learning about cultural etiquette not only helps us adapt when visiting Spain, but also show our open-mindedness and respect toward our culture. And that concludes our discussion about Spain. We hope you learned something new today and interesting about this. Thank you for listening and have a good day, everyone.